Right, we're back. The door's proven for about 30 minutes or so. You'll see, I'll just tilt this down. It's without falling over, tilting too far. There we go. It's about, I'll tell you what, I'll bring this up here, be easier. That might be better. Yeah, it's about doubled in size. Definitely risen. So what we're going to do now is we're going to score the door. So off with the cling film. And this is, just spin that round, probably easy to see. This is a baker's lame. Basically it's a razor blade on a stick which is curved. And all we're actually going to do now is we're going to score across to give us the lines that you normally see with a bloomer. And the reason they do that is it actually creates weak points in the dough. So when the bread rises in the oven, instead of it's splitting at the weakest part, you've actually then created parts where it allows itself to rise in a more controlled way. So that's why they do it. It does give a bit of a fancy pattern, and I think they use it for that as well. But ultimately, that's what we do to get the marks for a bloomer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a final dusting with flour, and a little bit liberal there. I've said about not putting too much flour, and now I'm putting a load on. I'm just going to gently give it a little dusting, a little pat over, just so it's not like a pile in one place. And then I'm going to score it probably about 5 or 6 times across this. If you score it after you've floured, then you'll get the distinct variation in colour when it goes in the oven. If you flour it after you've scored it, it just kind of looks all the same. It's all floured. So this gives you actually the distinct line. So I'm going to, like I say, about 5 or 6 times. Not massively deep, but enough to say, right, that's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and finally number 6. Why 6? Why 6? Why 7? Why 8? It just looks kind of more pretty that way, I think. Right, that's it. It's going in the oven. So we'll see you in about 45 minutes. What I'm going to do is I've set the oven temperature to 190. That's fan. And just before I throw this in, put it in even, I'm going to throw some water in, about 250 mils. It just creates a bit of steam when it's cooking. It always helps with bread making. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it to 190 fan for the first 10 minutes. After 10 minutes I'm going to reduce it down to 170 fan and then cook it for about another 30 minutes. Normally a loaf of bread takes 45. I tend to cook this about 40 because it's not in a tin and it's flatter, so it's normally always alright at that time. So it's going to go in now, and we'll see you in 45 minutes for the big reveal. So if you follow these steps, to be fair, it always comes out the same for me. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't for you, and it's fairly straightforward. You don't have to overcomplicate it, but here we go. We'll see in 45 minutes or so if that's correct enough. See you in a minute.